Listen, what you're about to witness is the most cold-blooded, calculated betrayal in Monday Night Raw history. Logan Paul, the social media megastar, the one who thought he belonged in the world of giants, just got sacrificed like a lamb to slaughter, and I'm telling you right now, the footage we're about to break down will have you questioning everything you thought you knew about loyalty in WWE. And if you think you've seen betrayals before, if you think you've witnessed brutal beatdowns, I need you to understand something. This wasn't just an attack. This was an execution. This was a message sent with fists, boots, and pure unadulterated violence. And the worst part? Logan Paul never saw it coming. Before we dive into the carnage, the humiliation, the absolute annihilation of Logan Paul's pride, I need you to do something for me. If you're feeling that anger rising in your chest right now, if you're feeling that shock, that disbelief, hit that like button because we're about to dissect every single second of this travesty. Drop a comment below telling me if Logan Paul deserved this or if what happened to him was the most disgusting act of cowardice you've ever seen. And listen, if you're not subscribed to Ring Rumble yet, I'm genuinely asking you, where else are you going to get this level of raw, unfiltered wrestling truth? We're building something special here, a community that doesn't just watch wrestling, we live it. So hit that subscribe button and join the family. Now let's talk about what happened when the Vision left Logan Paul for dead. Monday Night Raw, November 24th. The arena is electric, the crowd is on their feet. And here's what's going down. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos are standing in that ring, and they're vulnerable. They're exposed. And management, the powers that be, they've assembled an absolute wrecking crew to take them out. We're talking about Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate himself. We're talking about Braun Breaker, the next generation powerhouse who's been destroying everyone in his path. Bronson Reed, the tsunami of destruction who crushes opponents under his 300-plus pound frame. Drew McIntyre, the Scottish warrior who's been on a warpath for months. And Logan Paul, the Maverick, the influencer turned legitimate WWE superstar who's been proving doubters wrong since day one. These 5 men, this coalition of chaos, they're charging down that ramp with one mission, one objective, complete and total destruction. The vision is clear: demolish Roman Reigns' faction, send a message that their dominance is over, that their time at the top is finished. The camera angles are shaking, the commentary team is losing their minds, and you can feel it through your screen, something massive is about to go down. Logan Paul is in front, leading the charge, adrenaline pumping, ready to cement his legacy by taking out the biggest names in the industry. He's running full speed, his eyes locked on that ring, on Roman Reigns, on CM Punk, on the opportunity to prove once and for all that he's not just some celebrity playing wrestler, he is a wrestler. But then, and I need you to really understand this moment because this is where everything changes, Logan Paul is about to slide into the ring, he's right there, his hands are reaching for the bottom rope, and in that split second, in that fraction of a moment that separates glory from humiliation, he realizes he's alone. Brock Lesnar stopped. Braun Breaker stopped. Bronson Reed stopped. Drew McIntyre stopped. They all stopped. Every single one of them hit the brakes and left Logan Paul on an island. And the look on Logan's face when he realizes what's happening, when the reality crashes down on him like a freight train, that's the look of a man who just understood he's been set up. That's the look of betrayal. That's the look of someone who knows the next few minutes are going to be the longest, most painful minutes of his life. Now Logan Paul is in that ring, and he's surrounded. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the undisputed champion who's held WWE in an iron grip, he's looking at Logan like a predator looks at prey. CM Punk, the voice of the voiceless, the best in the world, he's got that sadistic smile on his face because he knows what's coming. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, he's cracking his knuckles. The Usos, G and Jimmy, they're circling like sharks who just smelled blood in the water. And Logan Paul, he's backing up, he's looking around, desperately searching for backup that isn't coming. He's glancing back at the ramp where his so-called allies are standing there, watching, some of them with their arms crossed, some of them with smirks on their faces. Brock Lesnar isn't moving. Drew McIntyre isn't moving. They're watching Logan Paul get fed to the wolves and they're enjoying it. The first shot comes from Roman Reigns. A Superman punch that connects with Logan's jaw and sends him stumbling backward. The crowd erupts. Then CM Punk is on him, throwing those vicious strikes, those knee lifts that he's famous for, each one driving the air out of Logan's lungs. Cody hits him with a right hand, then another, and another. The Usos are stomping him down in the corner, and Logan Paul is trying to cover up, trying to protect himself. But there's nowhere to go, there's no escape, there's no mercy coming. This isn't a wrestling match anymore. This is a mugging. This is 5 professional fighters unleashing years of frustration on someone who's completely defenseless. And here's what makes this even more brutal, even more difficult to watch. Logan Paul is talented. Say what you want about him, call him an influencer, call him an outsider, but the man can work. He's had incredible matches, he's put his body on the line, he's earned respect from veterans in the back. But in this moment, none of that matters. In this moment, he's being made an example of. Roman Reigns picks him up and delivers a devastating spear that nearly breaks Logan in half. The impact is so fierce that Logan's body folds like an accordion, and you can see the pain etched across his face. CM Punk is calling for the GTS, and the crowd is chanting along. He lifts Logan up onto his shoulders, and boom, go to sleep, need a face, and Logan crumbles to the mat like a building being demolished. But they're not done. Oh no, they're not even close to done. Cody Rhodes is measuring him up for a crossroads. The Usos are hitting tandem super kicks. Every single person in that ring is getting their piece of Logan Paul, and the man who thought he was going to be part of a conquering army is instead being systematically destroyed, move by move, strike by strike, humiliation by humiliation. His face is red, possibly bleeding, his body is battered, and every time he tries to get up, every time he shows even a flicker of fight, they knock him right back down. This isn't wrestling. This is punishment. This is a lesson being taught in the most violent way possible. And the entire time, Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Drew McIntyre are still on that ramp. They're still watching. They set this entire thing up. Think about the planning that went into this. Think about the conversations that must have happened backstage. Did they all agree beforehand that Logan Paul was going to be the sacrifice? Was this Brock's idea? Was it Drew's way of getting revenge for something Logan said or did? Or was this a collective decision, a group of wrestlers who decided that Logan Paul needed to be put in his place, needed to be shown that he doesn't really belong in their world? Whatever the reason, whatever the motivation, the execution was flawless and absolutely heartless. The crowd doesn't know how to react. Half of them are cheering because they love seeing Roman and Punk and Cody dominate. The other half are stunned into silence because what they're witnessing goes beyond a typical beatdown. This is personal. This is vindictive. Roman Reigns stands over Logan Paul's broken body and raises his finger in the air, the one, signifying his dominance, his superiority, his position at the top of the mountain. CM Punk is talking trash, telling Logan that he never belonged here, that he should go back to making videos for children. Cody is shaking his head, almost disappointed that it was this easy. The Usos are celebrating, throwing up their ones, soaking in the moment. Now let's talk about what this means moving forward because the implications of this betrayal are massive. Logan Paul has been humiliated on a global stage. His credibility, his tough guy persona, everything he's built in WWE has been shattered in a matter of minutes. How does he come back from this? How does he show his face on Raw or SmackDown after being left for dead by the men who were supposed to have his back? And more importantly, what does he do about it? Does Logan go after the Vision? Does he seek revenge on Brock, on Drew, on everyone who stood on that ramp and watched him get annihilated? Or does this break him? Does this send Logan Paul packing back to social media, tail between his legs, admitting that maybe he wasn't cut out for this world after all? And what about Brock Lesnar and the others? What's their endgame here? Clearly they wanted Roman, Punk, Cody, and the Usos to waste their energy on Logan Paul. Maybe this was strategic. Maybe by sacrificing Logan, they're setting up for a future attack where the odds are more in their favor. Maybe they needed to thin the herd, get rid of the weakest link before making their real move. Or maybe, and this is the most sinister possibility, maybe they just don't respect Logan Paul. Maybe in their eyes, he's not a real wrestler, he's just a celebrity playing dress-up, and they used him as a pawn, a distraction, expendable collateral in their war against the top faction in WWE. The wrestling world is buzzing right now. Twitter is exploding, Reddit threads are going crazy, everyone has an opinion on what went down. Some fans are saying Logan Paul had it coming, that he's been too arrogant, too cocky, too confident for someone who's only been in WWE for a few years. Others are defending him, saying he's proven himself, he's had great matches, he's put in the work, and what happened to him was completely unjustified, a cowardly act by men who should know better. And then there are those who are just in shock, who can't believe that WWE allowed something this brutal, this one-sided to happen on live television. From a storytelling perspective, this is brilliant. This is the kind of moment that creates genuine emotion, genuine investment from the audience. People are going to tune in next week to see what Logan Paul does. They're going to want to see if he confronts the Vision. They're going to want to see if Brock Lesnar or Drew McIntyre address what they did. This creates unpredictability, this creates drama, this creates must-see television. But from a human perspective, from the perspective of Logan Paul the person, this has to be devastating. Imagine training for weeks, preparing for this big moment, getting hyped up to be part of something massive, and then getting completely abandoned and destroyed in front of millions of people. That's not just a storyline, that's psychological warfare. The bigger question is, what does Triple H do with this? Does management step in? Do they punish the Vision for what they did? Do they fine Brock, Drew, Braun, and Bronson for leaving Logan Paul defenseless? Or do they let this play out, let the wrestlers handle their own business, let the chaos continue to build? WWE has been on fire lately with their storytelling, with their unpredictable moments, and this fits perfectly into that narrative. Nothing is safe, no one is safe, alliances mean nothing, and trust is a luxury that no one can afford. What we witnessed on Monday Night Raw wasn't just a beatdown, it was a statement. Roman Reigns and his faction proved once again why they're at the top. They proved that when you come for them, you better come correct, you better come with an army that's actually willing to fight, not an army that's going to abandon you at the worst possible moment. CM Punk proved that he's still one of the most dangerous men in wrestling, someone who will capitalize on any weakness, any opportunity. Cody Rhodes proved that he's not just the American Nightmare in name, he is a nightmare for anyone who stands across from him. And the Usos proved that their loyalty to Roman is unshakable, that they'll destroy anyone who threatens their family. But the real story, the real takeaway from all of this, is Logan Paul. A man who came to WWE with something to prove, who's had incredible matches, who's shown more heart and ability than anyone expected, just got sacrificed by the people who were supposed to be his allies. He got used, discarded, and humiliated. And now, the entire wrestling world is watching to see what he does next. Does he crumble? Does he quit? Or does he come back stronger, angrier, more determined than ever to prove that he belongs? Because if Logan Paul can turn this moment of ultimate humiliation into fuel, into motivation, into a revenge tour that targets everyone who wronged him, then maybe, just maybe, this becomes the making of Logan Paul rather than the breaking of him. But right now, in this moment, all we know is that Logan Paul got left for dead, the Vision turned their backs on him, and Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos unleashed absolute carnage on someone who never stood a chance. This is the kind of moment that defines careers, that creates legends or destroys reputations. And we're all going to be watching very closely to see which one happens to Logan Paul. So drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Was this justified or was this the most cowardly thing you've ever seen? And don't forget to subscribe to Ring Rumble because we're going to be covering every single development in this story as it unfolds. This is just the beginning.